Hey guys, Reviews More back with a quick review on some workout products. So this is basically some pre-workout and post-workout from Peak Performance Nutrition. I'm choosing to review this mainly because it's an Amazon acquired property. So this is basically more or less Amazon brand like workout stuff. So whether it's nutrition, whether it's anything related to like they also have whey protein and various other supplements, and they have this here. I'm not going to give you a full fact list of what's in there, mainly because you can look that up on your own. I'll put the link in the description. But as far as what the taste is like, I can give you a little bit of reference to that, as well as here you're going to actually be able to see how well this stuff mixes into cold water. So first the pre-workout, each one's the pre and post-workout are about the same price, $16 a pop for 30 servings in each one. So if you work out 3 days a week and you limit your consumption of this to those days you work out, you're looking at 10-ish weeks of material for $16, 30 if you get both, like I did. Some people work out more often and they take more often, but a 3-day week swings is pretty typical. You might use the post-workout a little more if you mix some cardio days in there, but 8 to 10 weeks is pretty typical on this stuff. So first you're going to see the mixing of the blue raspberry pre-workout, and you'll notice, I will tell you right in advance, it has a bitter last swig. So that last swig is going to taste bitter, and you're going to see why in just a moment. I'm going to handshake it real fast so you can see what the results look like here. So some people have a better tolerance of taste than I do. Like I'm okay using a blender ball, but I got this little blender at the house, so no big deal. Others don't have the option to work out at home, and they got to go out, so they got to use a blender ball or something similar. So this is what it'll look like basically if you just shake it up right before you go to your workout. You will see granules at the bottom. It is not a perfect system. It is not perfectly going to mix into just cold water. I did not bother testing with warm water because I refuse to drink these things with warm water because that just kind of tastes disgusting, so I just don't do it. You will see those little granules, and I always I could be wrong with this. I'm not a scientist. I always attribute that to like caffeine not mixing in because it's just so bitter, those last little granules touching your tongue. So that's what I assume that is. It could be any of the other various supplements they put in there, but there's a pretty high caffeine load on this product, so that's where I assume that powder's coming from. After it mixes, there will still be a tiny amount of that powder there, and that's just an indication of one. I feel like all these pre-workouts have that as a flaw. There's just that little last bit of powder that won't mix in even when you double up the water amount. It's just not going to happen. That could be a issue with the factory where the stuff's coming from or whatever. It doesn't make it unbearable by any stretch of the imagination. And as far as the taste concerned, I'd almost describe it as like Crystal Light, maybe. It's not an overly intense flavor. I mean, it's there. It tastes like the candy blue raspberry. So if you're looking for like that blue raspberry flavor that you get like in Airheads or in any given hard candy or a Dum Dum or whatever hard candy floats your boat, is that kind of flavor to it, just with less of a sugar profile. So it's not quite as tart and sweet. It's more like the water's just sweetened enough to where you just suck down that stuff real fast. But there's the issue right there. You see the granules kind of falling down on camera. That's the last swig you're going to take of that, and it makes it a little bit bitter. That's my only real complaint with it, but it's the complaint I've had with literally every pre-workout I've ever tried that wasn't like a pre-workout made by Gatorade or something that was like basically at the factory mixed and heated to where it was all synthesized so there were no granules left over. Other than that, it's a great little product. I was really happy with this overall, and again, the price is right, $16. And it's very easy to drink. I've definitely had worse pre-workouts than this, and this is probably one of the better ones I've had. But it's still got that little flaw with the last bitter few swigs. Now the post-workout's a different story. It tastes good the whole way through. Tastes delicious. It's amazing. I enjoy it a great deal. It does work. I don't feel quite as just blown the next day after a workout when I take this. So I think the profile is good, at least for me. But again, results may vary on whoever uses this. I'll put the link in the description, just like with the pre-workout. It mixes better than the pre-workout, although there's still a little bit of residue left over. It's not really granules, more like the top doesn't mix, like whatever's left over that doesn't mix kind of floats to the top. It's like froth, but you can't, when you're drinking it, you can't tell. You can't even feel it. When you're drinking the pre-workout, last little bit of it, you can feel little grains of powder that didn't dissolve properly. This, it just goes right through. And the way I describe the flavor of this fruit punch stuff, it almost tastes like Jello mix in a weird way. Like that's the closest thing I can give you as far as a flavor profile, if that really matters to you. It shakes very well, and obviously because it shakes well, it also blends with a little mini blender very well. Other than that, guys, I'd say my time here is done. I don't really need to add much more to it. Both products are very, very good. I'm probably going to be buying them again, and because I only review these when I get new ones, it means I won't be doing a review for this stuff for a while, because as long as that price stays at about 16 bucks a pop, that's hard for me to beat anywhere else. It's not some kind of goofy sale or some like lower quality product. I would definitely consider giving this stuff a shot. I might try the whey protein out, but I don't tend to drink a lot of whey protein. I usually get my protein from natural sources, just eating chicken, beef, whatever. So overall, the peak performance nutrition stuff so far, based on these two products, which in my view for people who like to work out are kind of flagship pre and post workouts along with whey protein, are very good, very tasty. Not a burden to drink at any real level, and that's just with the shaker right there. You're seeing very few granules, if any, and the ones that do kind of exist just kind of float to the top, which makes me think it's probably just a froth that comes from the mixing process. But overall, really happy with the product. I hope y'all try it out, because the price point's good, and it's an Amazon product, although it's not labeled as such, but it is an Amazon acquired property, so that's kind of neat too. So not trying to shill for Amazon, but because it's Amazon, they can sell this stuff a little cheaper than normal, which makes it great for us as consumers. But y'all give it a shot. I would say it's worthwhile based on these two flavors. That was the blue raspberry for the pre-workout and the fruit punch for the post-workout mix. Thank y'all so much, and have a great day. I'll fill the rest of this with elevator music because I don't want to talk anymore. Later.